Hello and welcome to your core block party crunch-free power crunch flow. So we are going to go through about 5 or 6 exercises today, nice and swift, to really feel that burn, but also we're doing abs. We don't want to be here all day, right? My name is Noelle. I'm super excited you're here. So it's pretty obvious. You will want a block for this practice today. If you do not have a block, if you have a nice sturdy hardcover book, that might actually be a little heavier, but you can grab a book and you can absolutely do this practice without a block as well. So grab your block, maybe grab a sip of water before we start, and place it at the top of your yoga mat, and we will all begin in a downward facing dog. So pedal out the feet here. Maybe start deepening the breath a little bit. Arrive on your yoga mat. Prepare yourself for your practice. So happy you're here. And let's have some fun, shall we? So from your downward dog, inhale, come onto your toes, arch your spine, and then lower your knees. Drop the belly, open your heart, shine your heart forward. And then send your hips back and come into a child's pose for a second. And then peel your tailbone back into your downward facing dog. We're going to do about 3 to 5 of those. So inhale, arching your back, coming forward as you lower those knees. Drop the belly, open the heart, send your hips back. Beautiful. Inhale as you come forward. And drop the belly, lowering the knees. Sending it up and back into downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, lower the knees, drop the belly, send it back, and come back into your downward facing dog. Ears in line with the shoulders, spine nice and long here. All right, let's get into it. Drop your left heel, reach your right heel towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, come back to your 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee to your left elbow. Inhale to come back through your downward facing dog. And then exhale, bring your right knee in towards your nose, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then locate your block and either coming onto this right knee for a half Vashisthasana or finding your right side Vashisthasana, grabbing your block with your left hand. And we're going to do some like threading the needle action. So raising that block up and overhead towards the sky. Exhale, bring it under that right armpit. We're going to go through 5 of these. So inhale, exhale, thread the needle. For an extra challenge, you can lift that left leg. For 3, inhale. For 4, inhale, last one, you've got this. For 5, put that block back on top of your yoga mat, either lowering the knees and sending your wave through vinyasa, inhaling upward facing dog or cobra, and we'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. All right, taking it to the other side, drop that right heel, lift your left heel towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Upper body is in plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow for a little twist. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And either dropping that left knee for your half Vashisthasana or coming into the full expression, grabbing your block, reaching it up towards the sky, and then thread the needle underneath that left arm. Inhale for 2, maybe lifting that right leg. For 3. For 4. And last one, we've got this. For 5, put that block back, come through plank and flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, send your hips back into a child's pose. Let's do some wrist circles here. maybe catch our breath a little bit. Maybe you do some palm stretches here. And then we're gonna get a little spicier. So grabbing your block and putting it now at the back of your yoga mat. Okay, so we're gonna go through, so take a look at the screen if you need to. We're gonna put the block at the back, bring our toes onto the block, and go in with the right knee, in with the left knee, out with the right knee, out with the left knee. So we're gonna do 5 of those. So 4 exercises per, rep. So I will count us through. So find your plank position, toes nice and steady on the block, and we begin. Knee in, out, out, that's 1. In, out, out, that's 2. In, out, out, that's 3. In, out, out, that's 4. In, last one, out, out, that's 5. Lower those knees. Maybe curl the toes under and give your wrists some love once again. Because we're going to do that one more time. No. And we're going to try for 10. So give it your best. Showing up exactly as you are. And let's just get right into it, right? No better time than the present. So find your alignment, collect your bearings, take a deep breath in, and let's go. You've got this. In, out, out. That's 1. In, out, out. That's 2. In, out, out. 3. In, out, out for 4. In, out, out. That's 5. In, out, out for 5. In, out, out for 4. In, out, out for 3. In, out, out for 2 more. In, out, out. Last one. In, out, out. You did it. Lower those knees. Shake out the wrists. Take a sip of water if you need or want. And then grab your yoga block once again. And we're going to give the wrists a nice break. And we're going to come to lie on our backs. So maybe for a second you just kind of swish the hips, finding some windshield wipers, opening into the belly a little bit, preparing for some dead bugs. So you got a couple options here. You can take your block above you, your face kind of like this, and alternate. So when your when your left legs go out, your right arm goes up and overhead, taking the block with it. And then you'll give the block to your left hand and do the same ditty on every side. So we're gonna start for 5 reps. Second option is you're gonna come into that same shape, and then this time you're gonna inhale your arms up and overhead with the block, pass it to your feet, keeping your arms up towards the sky, your legs lower, let them hover, bring the block back up and give it to the hands. So play around and see what variation you'll decide. Today we're gonna go for 5. So when you're ready, decide what you would like to do, and we'll inhale for 1, for 2, for 3. And so if you're alternating, you're doing two exercises per round. For 4, and then for 5. Grab your yoga block, swing yourself up, come to find your Navasana, and do 10 Russian twists. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it because I said 5. And then come and find your vinyasa if you wish it, or skip it. Coming through your upward facing dog or cobra, coming back into your downward facing dog. Maybe you repeat the lower of your knees so you can open that belly a little bit and send it back. And we're going to do that one more time, but with 10 reps. So maybe you switch it up. And so here we go. Coming into your dead bug position, deciding where, if you want to do the alternate or the block pass off. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And we're going to go for 10 reps. So inhale for 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Only 5 more. You're halfway there. So for 5, 4, 3, keep breathing. For 2, and last one, you got this. And then grab your block, swing yourself forward, come to find your Navasana, and now we're gonna go for 20 Russian twists. You've got this, let's go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, active energy in those toes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put your block to the side. Send it through vinyasa if you wish it. And we'll all meet back in that downward facing dog for a moment. Maybe take a nice releasing breath together here. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's up and go. Lower those knees. Come to sit on a nice comfortable seat. And we've got our last little challenge here. This is going to be the hardest one, but it's also going to be the slowest one. So we're going to start to cool down in a way. So coming back to lay on your back. Bring your feet back into like this dead bug position. And let's start with the right foot. So bringing your block, bring the block underneath, or sorry, on top of your right foot, and see if you can have it balanced there. Keeping that leg straight, well, as straight as it can, doesn't need to be pinned straight. Once you've found that balance, maybe the block has fallen a few times, maybe it's super wobbly, we're going to do 5 leg lifts with that left foot. So inhale, lower. Exhale for 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale for 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale for 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale for 4. Last one. Bring it to the top, and here is a little extra challenge. See if you can make 2 big circles, one going in one way, getting to the top, and then taking it in the opposite direction. And then grab that block, bring the feet to the ground, and maybe windshield wipe the knees side to side a little bit. If the block kept falling, if you found that super frustrating, shake it off. Maybe just try to find it fun, more than frustrating. That's kind of the reason why I put it at the end. All right, we're going to take the same thing now to the other side. So putting that block on top of the left foot. Ooh, seeing if it can bounce. Bringing your hands to your ears, or maybe lay them flat on the floor, whatever feels more stable for you. Have that right leg come to meet the left, and we're going to take 5 leg lowers. So inhale for 1. for 2, for 3, for 4, and 5. When you get back to the top, see if you can do those 2 nice big hip opening circles. So 1, going one direction, ooh, nice and wobbly block. And then for 2, maybe you do one more for good luck because you're just like, wow, this is hard and I can do it. Or that block has been on the ground and you're done with it. But that is okay. Windshield wiper the legs a little more one last time. Feel free to bring your legs together, or sorry, your feet together, and your knees can drop out for a Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your hands to your belly and take a deep breath, filling the belly, and then letting something go. Taking the moment to give thanks to our sweet, sweet bellies, and closing our eyes for a moment here, allowing the heat to settle. And then when you're ready, bring your knees together, and you can rock and roll your way back up, and come in to find a comfortable seat. Maybe wipe the sweat off your brow. For me, upper lip. Nice, Noelle. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that practice. It was a nice and fiery one, but like I promised, there were no crunches. I just really love finding all the creative ways to work our bodies without, you know, making it feel so daunting all the time. So I hope you had some fun and tapped into some power. Felt nice and strong today. I hope to see you really soon. Let me know what you thought about the practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.